My name is Justin, and this is Ryan, and he's my right-hand man, and my sidekick. And we're in a band together. Not that kind of band! The kind of band that has performed thousands of shows all over the world, including 3,000 shows on the Las Vegas Strip. What are you doing? Not that kind of Vegas, this kind of Vegas. Now we turn our attention to doing good in the world, spreading our love, and inspiring others. So, welcome to our world of chaos
and kindness.
You were late.
Sorry.
On this very special episode of Chaos and Kindness, I'm making this all about you and finding who you are. In these very trying and turbulent times, I have found a lot of success in going to your true north, a place where you can find solitude and really find yourself. So I'm taking us on a journey, a 7-hour drive to Arches National Park, a place where I can find solitude for myself and take this journey with you as we discover who we are as people and find an inspiring way to change our direction and the path we're heading. So join me on this special episode of Chaos and Kindness, and let's go find each other. So right now we're driving through Arizona. It's a really beautiful area. When I moved to Las Vegas 10 years ago, it was really tough for me because it was a new surrounding. I wasn't around my family, and as much success as the band was having and performing shows, it was a very stressful ordeal, and I've long battled anxiety. So I had to kind of find a place that I could go that keeps me grounded. Utah was a great place. Utah has so many wonderful locations, some of the best national parks all over the world. And I knew it was a place I could go and find solitude. And it would always recharge me. It's always tough, especially in this day and age, given the advent of social media, how everyone is just on top of each other. And this really gives you a sense of relief, a sense of solitude that you can't get anywhere else. So I'm excited to kind of share this with you, and we can get to know each other a little bit better. So why did I bring you here? To Arches National Park, in the middle of nowhere, absolute desolation. Because this is where I go. When I'm seeking solitude, answers, I find my true north. Listen to that. The sound of wind. That's it. That's all there is. The exact same sound that's happening right now would be happening regardless if there was one person on Earth or 8 billion. This is you and me, a heart-to-heart talk, which I hope ends in you deciding to find a happier version of yourself. That's why we're here. When dealing with anxiety, depression, or simply just trying to find yourself in this vast world, something that's very critical is having a feeling of gratitude. And gratitude can take many different shapes and forms. Sometimes we find ourselves pondering how we can actually find gratitude. And I'm gonna argue right here and now that you don't have to look any further than the fact that you're alive, that you're living and breathing, and the chances of that are so minuscule. It's been scientifically and mathematically proven time and time again. And to put this in perspective, even though your brain will not comprehend the numbers I'm about to throw out to you, it's important I give you the understanding so that you can digest this for yourself. There are more galaxies in the universe than there are grains of sand on Earth. And you might be saying that's impossible, but it's been scientifically proven. To think that that can represent a galaxy. And inside each one of those galaxies live millions of stars and billions of planets. And yet it's growing, and still we haven't seen past that final frontier. You already know the law of averages of you becoming a real person, a living, breathing creature with a conscious thought is so astronomically, it's one in trillions and trillions and billions and cotillions and numbers that we don't even know, and it don't matter because we can't fathom them anyways. But let's try to get this to a scale that you can understand. There's 8 billion people on Earth. I would argue that America is the greatest country, and in that country, 330 million people reside there. And you're one of them. The chances of becoming an American, you've already won the lottery. You have free reign to do what it is that you want to do, and you should be grateful for that. You should be grateful for the opportunities in life. But why is it that we continue to fail ourselves? Why is it that time and time again, we fear going after the things that we love and desire most? We're afraid to tell the ones that we care about that we love them. We're afraid to go after the jobs that we wish we had. And we lack confidence in trying hobbies, new ambitions, and activities. And where does that come from? I'll show you. So why do we never accomplish anything? Why do we always get stopped short of our goals? It's a 4-letter word that plagues us all. Fear. Fear! Let that carry. It's the same thing that stops me from stepping over the sledge and falling down 30 feet and breaking every bone of my body. As someone who suffers from anxiety, depression, what do I do? What do I do when I'm feeling empty, lost? I hang in the community. I give back to the community. Why is it that all these trees, these rocks, all different, can coexist? And yet, as a humanity, we struggle with this. Many of you are holding grudges inside. Past transgressions have left you so anxious, so hurt. Put those aside. It's time. If you can find it within yourself, make amends. Loving somebody is not judging somebody. Loving somebody is not dictating to somebody. Loving somebody is accepting them for who they want to be and who they are becoming. That's what gives us strength. I support you, and I know you support me. I've made my mistakes, and I'm gonna make some more. And so have you. No one watching this, nobody watching this has lived a mistake-free life. So don't you want to feel alive again? Wake up and have a passion? God, I long for these things. For me, I know the difference. I have times where I find myself struggling to get out of bed. I wake up and I drag my feet all morning. I don't have direction. I don't have purpose. Therefore, I lack any energy. And then there's times where I have ideas, where I feel connected, where I feel like my purpose has been identified. And man, do I feel alive when that happens. Are you lacking that? For real. Ask yourself, are you lacking this? You're probably crying inside right now going, yeah, I don't have purpose. I'm lacking purpose right now. That's a powerful word. When we talk about gratitude, we identify the things we are grateful for. And that gives us the opportunity to identify that we need purpose. Purpose is critical to each and every one of us. Purpose cannot be relegated to just being a parent, a coworker, or a friend. Those exist anyways. Purpose is what you feel inside is something that gives you a reason to get up and live every day? Are you working out to look good in the mirror for somebody else? Or are you working out because you want to be a competitor? Are you working out because inside you feel insecure? Or are you working out because you love the game? You have to ask yourself, are the things that you're doing, the choices you're making, are they for you or are they for someone else? You know why this tree's still here? Resiliency. You know why you're still here? Resiliency. Do you understand what you can endure, and do you understand truly how strong you are? You've been tested. You've gone through some hard things. And no matter how hard it is, even the things that you think you can't overcome, you do. Somehow you survive. Like this tree at 6,000 feet altitude is living, been here for thousands of years and not going anywhere anytime soon, regardless of the conditions and the environment around it. You're gonna be the same way. At the age of 20, I started experiencing panic attacks. It was my first introduction to anxiety, and the power it had over me was unbelievable. It kept me quarantined in my house for fear of having a panic attack in public, what others would think of me, and left me to die. I was a soulless human being, lacking passion, drive, desire, and just existing. How many of you out there are just existing, doing the same thing every day? Afraid to jump off that wheel, for it might hurt. If it's going too fast, who's gonna catch you when you land? Anxiety, whoo, a powerful thing. Don't look at me and think because I'm on TV, I have success, that I'm not anxious. In fact, my anxiety's gotten worse over the years, and still, I find ways to overcome it. I show my strength through purpose. When I get lost, I find that purpose and I find myself expressing gratitude. Reminding myself, what am I afraid of? What's the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is, if I don't try to do it, I've already failed. You're already failing by not taking the necessary steps to go towards what you want to go towards. There's nothing more frustrating, more heartbreaking than knowing that there's somebody watching this right now who's living a life that they don't want to live. And now I don't want this to be all doom and gloom. I'm not trying to sit here and say that everybody who's watching this, life is miserable. But can you make improvements? Are you selling yourself short? Are you thinking big? Or are you just living the status quo? That's a good question. Are you somebody who's taking chances? Are you somebody who's living for somebody else's dream, somebody else's life? Are you someone who's working paycheck to paycheck? Buying things you don't need to appease the happiness that you lack instead of sadness, as somebody who's incredibly empathetic. And yes, I feel like I'm an empathetic human being. And sometimes that works against me. But here I am. Of all the things I could choose to talk about, I'm talking about you. Because I care. I hope that at least somebody watching this goes, you know what? It's time. It's time for me to take control of my life. And know what's so amazing with that? I can feel it. It gives me butterflies in my stomach to know that sometime it's gonna click in your mind. And you're gonna go, today is the day. Today is the day. There's no greater feeling then today is the day. There's no greater feeling of knowing that you're about to embark on the journey. The car is parked, the gas tank is full, and you're gonna go. You've been staring out the window at the driveway on an empty tank of gas, and you're afraid to go anywhere. But no, not you now. Now it's packed, the tank is full, and there's the open road. And where's it gonna take you? Who knows? That's the beauty of this whole thing. Who knows? But isn't that the exciting part? Isn't it okay to trade fear for excitement? Aren't they one of the same? Are they the same thing? You're just not looking at it that way. You're looking at fear as the unknown, as paralyzing, as a negative. Or is fear the entranceway to the unknown that leads to happiness? There's never been a better time than right now. You know there's never been a better time than right now. This world, it's not going crazy. This world is beautiful. Humanity is beautiful. You're surrounding yourselves with people who are negative. That's the difference. There's plenty of good in the world. Look at this. Look at this world we're surrounded with. If you think the things that matter to you are sports, celebrities, music, gossip, entertainment, if you think that's reality, you're living a shallow life. There's no depth. Here we are in one of the most beautiful places on earth. I'm sharing that with you to remind you that this world is so much bigger than you'll ever be. It's not going to matter when you're gone, and it doesn't matter that you're here, other than to you. And what are the experiences that you want to take home from this? What are the experiences that you want to have with your life? I know what you're saying, Justin, I can't do it. I can't do it. I've tried. I've tried to get out of this relationship. So many times I failed. I have no confidence. I'm overweight. I'm anxious. I got a family. I have no money. Excuses, excuses, excuses. And that's why we keep losing. Excuses? Excuses to me are self-imprisonment. You did it to yourself. You're looking for excuse. If you are as good at other hobbies as you are at the hobby of making excuses, you'd be the best. Because like all of us, excuses are the roadblocks to success. It's just, how many excuses are you gonna make? How many do you wanna jump over? Can you find the real you? It's out there. Can you find that happiness? It's out there. You can't make excuses. You have to have gratitude. You have to say to fear. And don't tell me you don't possess that power. Much like that tree, you're stronger than you think you are, and you can overcome the environment that's around you. You just don't know it. And I promise you, if you listen to me, if you heed these words I'm saying, and you wake up tomorrow and you fill that tank of gas and you pack that car and you head down the road, and don't look back, so help me God, don't look back. And do not let anybody stop you, especially those closest to you, the ones that are hardest to convince. You know the ones. You have a new you. I want to quit smoking. I want to lose weight. I want to get a new job. I want to move. They're going to stop you because they're jealous of your strength. They're insecure about your strength. But this isn't about them. It's not about the person on the couch with you right now, left to right. It's about you. This is about you. Pack that car, fill that tank, get in, drive that car to the first sign that says purpose. Pull off the exit and live your life. I'm sitting here hoping that I did my job, and that this 30 minutes left you inspired enough that when this episode is done, that you just don't go back into the chaos of your life. Forget you ever heard it. I'm talking to you from the heart. I hope you truly understand how fortunate you are to be alive. I know how hard it is for me to get this message across to you, but this is my purpose. This is my mission, to remind you, to engrave in your mind and have you adopt a mindset that you can do so much more than you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're 5 years old, 25 years old, 85 years old. We're all gonna live tomorrow. And tomorrow should be the greatest day, not because of events, not because of receiving anything, but because you're feeling something. You're feeling passion, and you're understanding purpose. I hope when this is done, you take a few moments. Go be by yourself to find that location in your mind, in your soul, in your heart, where it is that you want to be. This should not involve anybody else other than you. This will make you a better spouse, a better parent, a better friend, a better colleague, but most importantly, a better human. And remember, in a world full of chaos, it's important that all of us continue to show our kindness.